Welcome back. Four secrets to Judd's weight loss and her transformation. She's in the news right now. She just won the Country Champion Award at the People's Choice Country Awards on last Thursday. People noticed she lost weight. So a lot of people are searching it. This is what she looked like before and last Thursday. You can note the differences there. In this video, I'm going to talk about what she said about how she did it and four things you can learn from her to apply to your own journey so you can take confident ownership of your own path. And maybe it even involves a little lingerie. Let's get started. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassion health coaching. You might have seen the mistake I made live just a few moments ago. My bad. Doing better now. Let's talk about Wynonna. Like to make the content engaging, cover the news stories. In October 2010, I found this People magazine blog where she talked about how she went about losing 55 pounds in 5 dress sizes. So this is one of the top things that popped up when I looked for her weight loss story. What happened? 2 health scares left her more determined than ever to commit to a healthier lifestyle. So back in March 2010, doctors found blood clots in her lungs, complications from surgery. And then later that year, she also had a car accident. And what she noticed in her health journey, she said, my weight was a symptom and not the problem. I use food to soothe and reward, and I don't do that anymore. Click like if that's something you can relate to. Emotional eating, eating for comfort. Sometimes it gets a little out of hand, or you establish a habit over time that contributes to weight gain, and it makes it harder for you to lose weight. All right. And so what she's highlighting here is that weight change isn't about weight. Weight loss isn't the result you deeply want, and it isn't the solution. It's the effect. And I talk about this. This is something I think about a lot. I want to put a video that anytime you're looking for weight loss stories or weight changes, it's not really the weight that you're after. Like she said, weight is a symptom and not the problem. The problem is something that's contributing to that weight gain, either some kind of emotional challenges that you're soothing, habits that you aren't addressing, scheduling issues that you aren't doing what you want to do. And then sometimes you just do want to have a little extra weight. But a lot of times losing the weight is not about the actual weight. And the question that comes up is, you can lose weight, then what? And that's one way to illustrate it. Like, you don't just lose weight just to be lighter and easier to carry. It's really about what you want beyond that. Something else that helped motivate Wynonna, April 2022, her mother and bandmate unfortunately died by suicide. And that can be very motivating when we talk about death of a loved one. And it really highlights the question, how do you want to live? And I made a video about this recently about lessons in dying. What would you do with the diagnosis? I'll put that in the description below. And so what happens when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to take confident ownership of your path to freedom and fitness and your health and all that, the first thing that Wynonna did, and that you can do too, is set a clear vision. And a big question I like to ask is, what does the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? When you have a clear vision for that, then that makes the rest of your choices and what you're doing a lot easier. You don't have to rely on motivation to make those changes that you want. Wynonna went on to say, it's easy to stand up here with sparkles and hair and everything grand, but I'll go home tonight and wake up, get on a plane and fly to Denver to do one show, because that's what we do. I'm turning my pain into purpose, and I go on stage every night and I sing like it's my last show, because you never know. And that is her vision. Why she wants to stay healthy is because she wants to make sure that is not her last show, or she wants to do what she can to make sure it's not her last show. So protecting your health, eating right, staying active is a big part of that. Something she says, she uses brain state conditioning, a treatment that helps patients to be less inclined to turn to food during stressful situations. This is very similar to what I teach with my experience in positive behavior support, and getting you to understand what's surrounding your choices when it comes to the environment, how you're feeling, emotions that contribute to the choice you're making, and then how you feel after that, the consequences that you experience from making those choices, and try to make those choices better for you by making the consequences more rewarding. All right. So the second thing that we learned from Wynonna is, be aware of how your environment contributes to your health choices. And if you don't consider the system, you'll make the same choices in that system. So what happens when people try to lose weight, they just think, oh, I just messed up this one time. But what happens is, often you are set up, or you create an environment, or you have the surroundings around you, that you come to a moment when you have to make a decision, and you made the choice that you would have made in that situation, and probably most people would have made in that exact situation. So if you change the system so you have a better environment, then you can make a difference. And that can be stress, especially if you're talking about stressful situations like she was. You want to be able to make choices in those situations. If you're concerned about stress, I have the burnout assessment test that's linked below. That way, you get a baseline for how stressed you are, put an objective number on it, and then look at some things you can do to improve that so it doesn't bother you. Because that relationship between stress, using realistic focus for your goals, and everything else in your life, including your weight loss, is probably the most important part of health coaching, and people don't consider that. All right. Other things you can do to manage your stress is check out your sense of purpose, self-efficacy, self-esteem, confidence, and stress resiliency. These are all things that impact your environment, and you don't need an all or nothing diet to do that. So Wynonna went on to change her environment. Very seldom will you see donuts in my house because I can eat a box, said Judd. It's like a chip. I can't eat just one. And that's very relatable. If you have those less healthy food choices around, you're more likely to just grab those if you get hungry or if you get stressed or you're having a hard time with something else. And that choice in that environment can contribute to your weight loss. All right. Or your weight gain or your weight loss, depending on how you set it up. Something else Wynonna did, she started taking daily walks around her property. I can walk up the hill behind my house without puking. So she's taking small steps to make a big difference. And that's the third tip you can learn from her. Take small steps to keep practicing. When you are making incremental progress, you are going towards that goal versus not doing anything, doing what you've been doing that's getting you a result you don't like, etc. So take those small steps, get going on the path, and it doesn't have to be perfect to make a difference in your overall health outcome, or if you want to lose weight, or your daily quality of life, having more energy, making distances without puking, all that stuff. Okay. Also, Wynonna got some new clothes. If you look at old Judd photos, I was hiding in turtlenecks and coats, she says. But now her favorite items to wear are jeans, low-cut tops, and sexy new undergarments. She was quoted to say, I went into a lingerie store for the first time where I didn't feel embarrassed. And she picked up some lace stockings and push-up bras. She said, I left feeling like Miss America. So if you're taking small steps, and the fourth tip we can learn, focus on daily quality of life and how you feel, not the scale, weight, or distance goals, you can make a huge difference. All right. And so she's focusing on how she felt when she put her clothes on, and that helps with the motivation that can improve what you're trying to do. The quality of life is a big thing. There's a study below linked on YouTube, rebranding exercise. And what it basically says is that people who focus more on their daily quality of life, what they're doing every day, how they're feeling, how they get energy, that is the biggest factor in whether they continue to exercise compared to things like longevity, health, preventing doctor's appointments, losing weight, those kinds of things, happy retirement. All these things are nice, but what happens is that's such a distant thing, it's such a distant consequence that it's harder to stay motivated with what you're doing on your day-to-day. So when you focus on your daily quality of life and how you feel, that makes you more likely to keep up with it. So buy yourself some new clothes that suit your body and fit you well. See how that helps with your health journey. So let's recap the 4 things we learned from Wynonna. 1, set a clear vision. 2, be aware of how your environment contributes to your health choices. 3, take small steps to keep practicing. 4, focus on daily quality of life and how you feel, not the scale, weight, or distant goals. And if you're looking to improve your daily quality of life, that starts by knowing how to measure it. So that burnout assessment test is a good way to see how much you're enjoying your life. If you have a sense of purpose, if you feel connected with your work, if you're able to, control your environment, and how burned out and stressed out you are. It's a big problem for a lot of entrepreneurs and freelancers, really busy people. And if you're facing weight gain, you might be having some challenges with burnout as well. That's the underlying environment that's causing you to make those health choices. So check it out. Burnout assessment test and description. Let me know what you think of this video. Leave a comment. And then next, you can watch how Lainey Wilson lost weight. Health coach reacts. If you're loving these country stars health transformations, that's a good video for you next. So that's today's message. Keep practicing. Peace.